Good morning, everyone. This morning I have prepared a medical subject titled Genome Project. Genome means our book of life, all our 30 to 35, 37 genes. It has not been still determined how many genes we carry on our chromosomes, but it has been speculated that there are 30 to 35 to 37 genes. That is known as the book of our life. Every single thing we are, thanks to our gene. We are great, thanks to our gene, or we are gory, God forbid. That is also because of our gene. We are tall or short. We are fair, dark, darker, darkest, or brown, yellow, whatever we are. We are Chinese, Japanese, Indian looking, American looking, European looking, or Scandinavian looking. All because of our gene. And the gene are hereditary. They are descended from our parents, our ancestors. Our ancestors have given us the gene, and we are always according to just like our parents' look, our parents' characters, our parents' trait, our parents' hobbies and habits, our parents' aggression, motivation, every single thing that we are. It's all genetic, and our genes are responsible to our ancestors. So, whatever the quality of genes we have inherited from our parents, our grandparents, our ancestors, that is the way we are. This is called DNA. So that is how we can be identified. We check our DNA with our parents' DNA. If they don't match, then they are not our parents. And if they match, they are our parents. So DNA is a carbon copy of our parents. Now, under the Genome Project by Francis Collins and James Watts and a number of other geneticians, the experts have started this Genome Project in 1993 and almost completed in 2003. India was also involved. India's defining name in the science is AIIMS, All India Institute of Medical Sciences. This All India Institute of Medical Sciences were also given about 5% of gene decoding. And reason behind, or the motive behind Genome Project is that we have been dying most of the time because of our genetic maladies, diabetes, cancer, cardiac ailments, Parkinson, dementia, dyslexia, Alzheimer's. Most of the things, all kinds of depressions, anxieties, all kinds of fear, psychosis, schizophrenia, every single thing is all genetic. If the person is brave and he joins the army, it's a gene. And if the person is timid and he spends the whole life in the kitchen and being a mama's boy, that is also gene. Person is tall or short. Person is brave or timid, cowardly. Person is introvert or extrovert. Every single thing is related to, associated with and affiliated to our gene. We cannot blame a person. But if you want to find some reason to blame the person for his great qualities or gory qualities, then blame to his genes. Not the person, but the genes. Like Gandhiji has said, don't blame a sinner, blame the sin. So this is almost the way it is with the Genome Project. I have highlighted 5 different points in Genome Project by Francis Collins, began in 1993 and almost ended in 2003, but still research has been going on because science is infinite. Science is not finite. It's infinite. It is an ocean that you can never ever be able to find out or decode every single thing about Genome Project. We have 46 chromosomes and this 30 to 35, 37,000 genes sitting on the chromosomes. Loci of the chromosomes they are sitting on. So our 5 points. First point is genome is a gene mapping to detect which genes are friendly, which genes are hostile. They've been working on Genome Project to find out, to isolate, to detect which genes we carry are detrimental to us. They are our enemies. They are hostile to us. They are destroying our immune system. They are destroying our eyes. They are destroying our heart. They are destroying our pancreas. They are destroying our arteries. They are destroying our kidneys, renal, every single thing they destroy. So they are going to find out that these are the genes which are enemies, which are our foes and not friends. These are hostile genes, detrimental, fatal genes. They are going to isolate them and they are going to try to expel them from our system so our posterity, our next generation will not carry that kind of genes. This is known as babies by the elders. Babies by the older means in the future. Hypothetically, they are saying that in the future, parents are going to go to the genetician and say that, Doctor, we want a child, but child must be, if he is a male, he must be 6 feet tall, he must have a body of Arnold Schwarzenegger and the mind of Albert Einstein, his eyes must be blue, hair must be hazel, body must be this, skin color, maybe this, whatever you want. Like a menu, you choose your food out of menu. You are going to, in future, choose your baby out of the menu given to you by the genetician. You are going to choose every single thing, and that baby would be hand-picked baby to your order. Because bad genes will be removed, good genes will be introduced. Gandhiji's gene will be introduced in the body of the person, so he will be non-violent, very nationalist, patriotic, nice, humanitarian person. And then also they are going to inject the gene of Schwarzenegger or Dara Singh. So a person's body will be like Dara Singh, mind would be like Albert Einstein, and nature will be Gandhian. So you are going to have one body, three different kinds of character, 3 in 1. Point number 2 is all kinds of malignancy, means all kinds of cancers are also caused by the genes. So what they are going to do, they are going to identify the gene which causes cancer. And this cancer gene will be isolated, expelled out of our body, and they are going to give us future without any kind of cancer. At least progeny will not have any kind of cancer. They have already found the gene in point number 3, TP52, or protein 52 gene. This gene is actually responsible for secreting protein in our cells. Now, if somebody is suffering from the cancer, this TP52 gene is going to arrest the growth of the cancerous cells. And the cancer tumor is not going to grow. It will stop. And the doctor will be able to perform surgery, dig it out, throw it out, and the body will be tumor-free. But tumor most of the time is regenerated. Now, if you have TP52 gene active in your body, that the tumor will not grow again. This TP52, or it is also called P52, protein 52 gene, is going to arrest the cancer's proliferation in our body, and the cancer is going to remain localized, treatable, curable. It is not going to become generalized, or it is not going to spread in entire cell of our body thanks to TP52. Point number 4. Genome Project gives us absolutely disorder-free life. All kinds of disorder that human body carries, inherited from his or her ancestors, That kind of disorder will be identified, isolated, expelled from our body. Sorry, not disorders will be, but the gene causing this kind of disorder will be expelled, totally obliterated, totally terminated from our body. When the genes are expelled out of our body, then those disorders, for example, parents are diabetic, but their children will not be diabetic. For example, parents suffer from dementia. Now their children are never going to feel or experience even slightest dementia. If the parents suffer from dyslexia, children will never be introduced to or exposed to dyslexia. So that is what the Genome Project's aim and objectives are: to give human absolutely disorder-free life. Disorders are created by genes, and this Genome Project is working on that particular area, aiming those particular genes which are hostile to us, who are our enemies. These kind of genes are going to be targeted, tackled, expelled. So at least the posterity, our next generation, will be totally free of this kind of inherited disorders. Point number 5 is Genome Project will obliterate all kinds of hereditary disorders. Hereditary disorders or genetic disorders are like diabetes, cancers, senility, dementia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, chronic depression, clinic depression, manic depression, our anger, our temper, that we are either we are hawkish or we are dovish. Dovish means just like cow. If someone insults us, humiliate us, or slap us, we don't say or do anything. Or we are hawkish. Hawkish means we are like hawk. We are very high-tempered. We are not going to tolerate any kind of insult or not any whims of insults from anyone. This kind of hawkish personality or dovish person, every single thing is all genetic. So initially I told you that don't blame a person, but blame his genes. Blame his genes. Blame his DNA. And the genes are given to him from his ancestors in hereditary, in succession. Actually, genes, that whatever the genes a person has, the genes are not ipso facto. Automatically they are not growing. But these genes are given to us by both the parents. And both the parents have gotten this gene from their parents, and their parents from their parents, and this way the list goes on and on and on. Our parents have donated 46 chromosomes, 23 chromosomes from each. And whatever the chromosomes carry the genes, these genes will eventually expose us, reveal our personality, reveal our ideas, thoughts, notions, addictions, action, every single thing. So we are nothing but genes. That's all the time we have today. Thank you very much for listening. Tomorrow again we're going to pick up some other subjects and elaborate. Until then, God bless all of us on this planet. God bless everyone. Amen.